Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Keaton Talks Sports here, back with another live stream video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is in the box below. This is my NBA Game 3 of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals between the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Indiana Pacers. But before we get into the game tonight, I wanted to recap on the games from yesterday and today. We had the Boston Celtics, who beat the New York Knicks in game 3 in a blowout yesterday with a score of 115-93. The Celtics obviously got a big time dub, obviously losing the first two games the way they did at home. And for them to go into New York in a hostile environment, not really giving that Knicks crowd anything to cheer about throughout the entire game, was something special to watch. So let's see if the Celtics can go into New York on Monday night and get the series tied up at 2. And we had the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Golden State Warriors in Game 3. Without Steph Curry, obviously Golden State kept themselves in the game for as long as they could until like late fourth quarter, and Minnesota ended up pulling away in that matchup, taking advantage of Curry not being there, obviously. It's going to be really tough for Golden State to win without Steph Curry, who's going to be reevaluated in a week. He probably won't be able to play until about Game 6, which who knows if that'll be too late at that point for the Warriors to come back and win the series. And then we had the Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder earlier in a very low-scoring affair. Oklahoma City came out on top in that matchup with a score of 92-87. Oklahoma City did a really good job of just making life difficult for Denver Nuggets offense, holding them to 8 points. Yes, 8 points in the first quarter. And just holding them to low-scoring averages throughout the rest of the game. So really good job, really solid job by the Thunder defense, not making anything easy on Jokic, who obviously we all know what Jokic loves to do. His passes, one of the best passers in the league, MVP candidate. So Oklahoma City did a good job of responding after losing that tough overtime in Game 3. And then tonight we have the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers, Game 4. The Cavs come out on top in Game 3. Donovan Mitchell scoring 43 points. Getting Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and DeAndre Hunter back were huge for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We all know what Cleveland is as a team when they're healthy. Indiana, Tyrese Haliburton only having 4 points, only scoring 4 points in last matchup, probably one of his worst performances of the season. Let's see what Indiana can do in Game 4 tonight. So we're about to get started here just in a few moments here. But yeah, Haliburton had a really bad game. Let's see how he responds in this matchup. Starting lineups for tonight: Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, your normal 5 there. Pacers starting 5: Tyrese Haliburton, Andrew Minhart, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. So it should be a really, really phenomenal game tonight. We'll see which team can come out on top here in Game 4. Can Cleveland get another road win and get the series tied at 2? Or can Indiana respond here and take commanding 3-1 lead? So it should be interesting tonight. Crowd is definitely very loud in Indiana right now. I think it's going to really come down to which team can come out and set the tone early. I think whoever does that is going to really come out and win the game here. But my prediction, I think Cleveland comes out on top here in this game. I think they get the series tied up. Donovan Mitchell has been hot. And really, how is Indiana's defense going to be able to slow down Donovan Mitchell in this high-powered Cleveland Cavaliers offense? And we are underway here for Game 4. Got Darius Garland bringing up the ball. Aaron Nesmith currently guarding him. Jarrett Allen sets a screen on Darius Garland. And Miles Turner gets a steal, passes out to Haliburton. Haliburton gets the dunk to start off the game here. 2-0 Pacers early. Pacers defense getting after it early. Don Mitchell brings the ball up, passes to Max Strus. Max Strus for 3, and he bricks it. And Darius Garland fouls Aaron Nesmith going for the rebound. Loose ball foul actually on Max Strus. Kenny Atkinson, his first year as the head coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers, really impressive of what he's done with this team in his first year as head coach. All right, we got Nembhard bringing the ball up. Donovan Mitchell currently guarding him. Passes to Siakam. Siakam passes to Nesmith in the paint. Closes up. Passes back out to Miles Turner. Almost lose the ball. Gets out to Nesmith. Nesmith for three, and he knocks it down. Pacers up 5-0 early. This crowd is really, really on it right now. Darius Garland brings the ball up for the Cavs. Evan Mobley for three, and he makes it. 5-3 Indiana. But a really bad inbounds pass by the Pacers. Don Mitchell lays it up, misses, but it gets fouled, and it's going to the free throw line. So after the Pacers get a big-time three, bad inbounds pass, Don Mitchell gets the ball back and gets fouled, and he's going to the free throw line. So really sloppy play by the Pacers offense on the inbounds there. Got to do a better job of executing the inbounds pass. See if Don Mitchell can knock down these two free throws, tie it up. And he makes the first one. Nothing but net.
It's going to challenge the entire series, really. It just really reared its ugly head.
Rick Carlisle, 77 career playoff wins, 14th most all time.
What that does is take away your ability to get out in transition. Teams are going to be much more efficient.
The crowd's trying to get into it. Donovan Mitchell, see if he knocked down the second one. And he makes it. Swishes both. Nothing but net for both of those free throws. All right, so 5-5 early. Tyrese Haliburton brings the ball up, passes to Nembhard. Looking for a pass. Looks for Siakam in the post. Jared Allen currently guarding him. For three. Nembhard for three. Makes it. Indiana up 8-5. Pacers offense off to a really good start so far. Donovan Mitchell brings the ball up, looking for Jared Allen down low, and then Nesmith gets the steal. Passes to Siakam. Siakam gets the layup. Pacers off to a 10-5 start. Pacers playing with pace here early in the first quarter. How's Cleveland going to respond here? 10-5 Indiana. They're definitely playing much faster than Cleveland is right now in the moment. Don Mitchell is looking for a layup, misses. Jared Allen gets a board, gets it. Evan Mobley airballs a three, and Siakam gets the rebound. Haliburton has the ball here. See what he can do against Evan Mobley. Passes to Siakam again down low. Max Strus guarding him. Siakam is aggressive early in this ball game. Gets a layup. Pacers up 12-5 with 9:27 left in the first. Pacers off to a 12-5 start. Being aggressive, getting the ball in the paint against this Cavs defense. Cleveland off to a not so good start early. Let's see how they respond here. As we are currently in commercial break.
Everything you know about dragons is wrong. Who's the good boy? Yeah, is that the...
How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG, in theaters June 13th. Largest screens until now.
With Apartments.com capturing the hearts of hundreds of millions of renters, everybody wants the secret to our success, but they're never going to get it. Will they? Hey, Craig.
Okay.
No, sir.
Got that. All right. So it is currently 12-5 right now. Indiana's up. Cleveland calls a timeout to regroup here. Indiana is playing with much faster pace than the Cavaliers right now. Cavaliers looking like they're lost on both sides. They just need to relax and try to get their offense going here for the rest of this quarter and game.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic.
But this Indiana team is really tough. I mean, you look at the last game. I mean, they got blown out the way they did after winning the first two games in Cleveland. Them getting blown out the way they did. Tyrese Haliburton only having 4 points is also being aggressive getting the ball to the basket. So curious to see how the rest of the game plays out for him and his team.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13, in theaters July 2nd.
But still a long, long way to go before we can consider a winner here. Again, the Oklahoma State Thunder goes into Denver earlier today, beating the Denver Nuggets with a score of 92-87, a low-scoring game. Like I said, I think both teams really struggled from the field. Even though Oklahoma State did make plays at the end of the game, it was pretty much a struggle for both teams after going through that game 3 overtime 2 nights before. It's a really good job by Oklahoma State to respond after having that tough overtime loss, only scoring 2 points in that overtime period. But again, Indiana's off to a really hot start so far, 12-5 early. They're definitely playing with pace here. Cleveland is not playing with a whole bunch of pace right now. They look rushed on every shot so far. Indiana is being the more physical team so far in the first few minutes of the game.
Clearing the way. So you arrive exactly where you belong.
All right, we should be back here soon. The commercial's going on right now. All right, should be back here after this one. All right, we are back from commercial. What's Darius Garland going to do tonight? Obviously, he played last game, only scoring 10 points and 3 assists. Missed 4 straight before that with a toe injury, so we'll see how he continues to progress throughout the rest of this series. All right, so we're back here. Darius Garland brings the ball up. Aaron Nesmith is currently guarding him. Aaron Nesmith playing some good defense on Garland. Passes out to Max Strus. Back to Darius Garland. Back out to Max Strus for a 3. Passes to Don Mitchell in the corner. And Don Mitchell misses a wide open 3 from the right corner. Tyrese Haliburton with the rebound. Tyrese Haliburton, nice pass to Miles Turner for the 15-footer. Should have gone in, but he missed it. Front rims it. Rebound by Mobley. Mobley brings the ball up the floor. Trying to go to work on Pascal Siakam. Solid defense by Siakam and a foul on Siakam. Good aggressive play by Evan Mobley.
To not allow them to run the offense. And so a lot of times, even though Donovan Mitchell,
Pacers are definitely playing highly aggressively on defense, trying to get the Cavs off the rhythm offensively here. All right, Jerry Allen has the ball up top, gives the ball off to Max Strus. Max Strus dumps off to Jared Allen, just misses a wide open bunny. Should have gone in. Normally makes those. He misses. Garland bumps Aaron Nesmith. No call there. Menmar with the ball. Passes out to Siakam. And try to dump it down to Miles Turner. Max Strus currently guarding him. He's got to take advantage of this opportunity. And Miles Turner misses, but gets his own offensive rebound and makes it. Pacers up 14-5 early. Pacers on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Darius Garland gets in the paint, dumps off to Jared Allen, and Jared Allen gets fouled. And he's going to the free throw line.
even going for the fly, he gives up that weak side defensive rebound position. And Turner just a heads up play to follow up the miss. And you're right.
All right, Jared Allen's going to the free throw line here.
Create an opportunity for a teammate. And those break down the defense at times will make you a little more hesitant, and then it also will put you in rotation.
Jared Allen makes the first free throw, cuts it down to 8. Let's see if he can make the second one. Jared Allen gets one more free throw here, knocked down the first one. Let's see if he can make the second one to cut the lead down to 7. And he makes it. All right, cuts the lead down to 14-7. Indiana's up with under 8 minutes left in the first. Tyrese Haliburton has the ball, passes out to – actually, sorry. Haliburton shoots a 3, misses. Donovan Mitchell getting the ball in the paint. step back jump shot over Memar, misses. Haliburton with another rebound. Looking to dissect the Cavs defense. Gets in the paint, passes back out to Miles Turner. Darius Garland playing some very physical defense on Aaron Nesmith early and still no call. Haliburton, good pass for a dunk. Indiana up 9 early. Obi Toppin with the dunk. Assist from Miles Turner to Obi Toppin for the dunk. 16-7, Pacers up early. Cleveland's got all their guys. They're all healthy, though. So what's the excuse going to be if they don't get it done this year? Max shoots with the ball. Jared Allen sets a screen. And he tries to look for Evan Mobley in the corner and throws it too high over his head. Turnover, Pacers ball. All right, Pacers. Haliburton brings the ball up. Miles Turner sets a screen on Haliburton. Haliburton goes to the rim, and he misses a layup. Miles Turner tried to get the rebound, couldn't grab it. Cavs have the ball. Darius Garland brings up the floor, looking to dissect the Pacers' defense, looks down to Jared Allen. And another turnover by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just not on the same page between Allen and Darius Garland there. Pacers turn the ball over. Obi Toppin does a good job getting back on defense and fouls Evan Mobley. Good hustle play by Obi Toppin. Jared Allen Evan Mobley could have had a layup, but Obi Toppin hustled back on defense to prevent that layup. Ends up fouling the Cavs. Again, the Pacers are playing with more pace, more energy so far in this first quarter.
Just to be able to get in position to not allow him to even get the shot off. Now you get the second.
Good job by Obi Toppin for not allowing Mobley to get that shot off. Side out. Max Strus has the ball. He pulls up for 3, and he knocks it down. Cavaliers cut the lead down to 6, 16-10. Pacers up. Coming up on 6 minutes left in the first. Neymar passes out to Aaron Nesmith. Nesmith going to the paint. And good defense by the Cleveland Cavaliers. 3 defenders there to block Aaron Nesmith, not letting them get a wide open layup there. Good defense by the Cavs. Haliburton looked like he touched the ball at. He's arguing what the call. Looked like he didn't touch it. Page is looking for a challenge, and it's looking like Carlisle's going to challenge that call there. Fight for the ball between Haliburton and DeAndre Hunter. Looked like it was off DeAndre Hunter. We'll see what happens. The Pacers are challenging it to see if they can get the ball back here. 16-10, Pacers are up with under 6 minutes left in the first, as we are in commercial break right now. So far, the Pacers are playing with more pace. Their energy is high, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Cleveland's having a really tough time making life easy on themselves. Have a couple of meaningless turnovers early. So let's see if they can clean up the turnovers here and get their offense going.
With Apartments.com capturing the hearts of hundreds of millions of renters, everybody wants the secret to our success, but they're never going to get it. Will they, Craig? No, sir. Apartments.com. Ooh, the place to find a place.
I feel like every commercial or every commercial break should be at least a minute. They need to really shorten up these commercials.
The worst of the worst, we're left here. Survival is a long shot.
Let's go.
All right, so 16-10, Pacers are up. Currently in commercial break right now. So far, it's going to be. I'm going to be curious to see how Cleveland. What's their response going to be? Because at the end of the day, they're in Indiana, in a hostile environment. You got a big time win last game in Game 3. Cleveland knows what's on the line here. I don't think they can afford to fall down 3-1 against this Pacers team. I think if Cleveland can find a way to get their offense going and tie the series up at 2, it's really going to put a lot of pressure on the Pacers. Because now, with the first 2 games, with Indiana winning the first 2 games, they had all the momentum going on their side. Now, if Cleveland wins this game, Cleveland has all the momentum going back home. I know Indiana's got 2 W's already in Cleveland. But if Cleveland wins this game, they're going to have a whole bunch of confidence going back home. They're going to have confidence that they can get that dub in Game 5 and then force a game, obviously, and go back to Indiana for Game 6 and see if they can close out there or if it goes 7 games. So we'll find out. But Cleveland's first, they got to get a win first, and they got to get their turnovers down because they have a few turnovers early. Indiana's capitalizing off their opportunities. So I think Cleveland's got to get out more in transition and play more or get their pace up because Indiana is obviously they're a team that loves to get up and down the floor at will. And Cleveland's got to find a way to stop that.
Nobody knows exactly what somebody's going through, and so we don't want to pretend that we understand exactly.
Okay, so we're still in commercial right now. But do we have any Cavaliers fans or Indiana Pacers fans in the chat here? I'm curious to see.
Other people would feel this way too.
What's up, DTN? How you doing? How you doing, man? What's going on? What's going on, DTN? I know the Patriots had a solid offseason, man. I cannot wait for the season to start. It's going to be a blast. I think the Patriots, basically everything that they did this offseason on both sides of the ball, I think the Patriots are going to be somewhat of a playoff team this year, or at least in the mix to make the playoffs this year. So it should be interesting. I think, right now, I think I have them second in the division, AFC East, behind the Buffalo Bills. So we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Nothing's promised, but we'll see how the new coaching staff for the Patriots and the rest of their talent that they brought in this offseason. The defense should be a top 10 unit easily in football. We'll see how their offense progresses throughout the season. All right, so we're back here. Miles Turner hits a 3. Pacers up 19-10. Early in the first quarter with 5:30 left in the first. All right, so we have DeAndre Hunter shoots a 3 on top of the key, misses, and Haliburton gets the rebound here. Haliburton passes out to Obi Toppin for 3 in the right corner, and Toppin knocks it down. Toppin is off to a really hot start, knocking down a couple threes, put the Pacers up 12 early. Bad pass to Darius Garland in the left corner. Pacers knock it out of bounds. Good defense by the Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner is definitely one of my favorite players in the league. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a big that can block shots. I mean, he's an all-around center. He can block shots. He can shoot the 3 and space the floor. That's pretty much what the NBA is now. If you don't have bigs that can shoot threes, good luck. Garland with the 3 just shoots a really bad 3. Not a good percentage shot by Garland. Misses. Pacers get the rebound here. Donovan Mitchell's on the bench as I'm currently speaking. Miles Turner gets out. McConnell to the paint. And that was an easy shot by McConnell. He misses, but Turner gets the rebound and gets fouled. And I believe he's going to the free throw line once again. Again, Cleveland's off to a really rough start. They're really not doing a good job of going after a loose rebound. I mean, after the Pacers miss a shot, they got to box somebody out and get a rebound. Pacers are hustling, getting all of the loose balls early and getting themselves second chance opportunities. So Darius Garland is on the bench. Not off to a good start. 0 fouls, or 0 points and 2 fouls so far for Garland. Does it look like a fight that's going on right now between Hunter and
And this is important to keep in your head. We talk about the postseason being about who handles adversity best. And right now, you can see Cleveland just seeming to be a little bit more on edge here.
It looked like a skirmish between Mathurin and DeAndre Hunter.
Well, you can see Hunter. Well, there's going to be an interesting decision by the officials. Yeah,
can't really see what they're doing because the camera angle is being weird right now.
Oh, right there, right at the right of your picture.
He might be thrown out of the game. We'll find out in a few minutes, see what he does, or see what the refs do here. I mean, you got to keep. I mean, again, it's a playoff game. I get that emotions are high, but you got to keep your composure. Understand that you're too important to your team. Like, those two guys don't love each other whatsoever. I mean, it's not the first time they've got into it in the series. I mean, it's the playoffs. I mean, that's what it's about. It's what, people can get into it and stuff like that. But as long as you're not putting your team in jeopardy, then you're good there.
It's going to be interesting to see how the officials view this, because those are acts with malice. Is generally how you would look at it.
Pacers crowd isn't happy right now. They're looking like.
You got Miles Turner coming over to shove from the back.
Loved how Miles Turner came over and defended his teammate. I mean, he definitely pushed him down the ground pretty hard there. Again, Pacers up 22-10 early with 4:32 left. Again, there was a skirmish between DeAndre Hunter and Benedict Mutherin. They're trying to see if it's a flagrant here. So it looked like Mutherin kind of put his hand on. It wasn't much, but like he put his hand on DeAndre Hunter in his what area, and Hunter walks over to him and then pushes him down hard. So I don't really think it's much. I don't think they're. I mean, maybe a flagrant, but like I don't think he's going to be thrown out of the game here. I think that's a bit excessive here. I think that's ridiculous. But again, if you're DeAndre Hunter, you're too valuable for your team to be doing that. If he hits you somewhere where you don't like it, okay, you may not like it, but again, it's the playoffs. Things are going to get physical. You got to keep your composure there. They're taking a very long time to make up their minds about the call here. This is the one thing I don't like about booth reviews. They take too freaking long to go over something. There should be like a time limit of, okay, you review a call. This is the time that you have to review it. They take like 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out what the heck the call is. And it just slows down the momentum of the game from a player's view and the fan's view. Like, come on, let's go. They're still reviewing it. And they're taking their sweet time reviewing the call here. All right, they're coming out with the call right now. Let's see what they call. They're still discussing it.
So they have seen enough from the video replay monitor.
Yeah, I don't think it's much. Like, I don't think it was much contact at all by DeAndre Hunter. But again, DeAndre Hunter needs to keep his composure.
And here now is our crew chief, John Goebel, with the.
All right, they're coming out with the call now.
After the personal foul, there's a dead ball contact by Mapping where he extends a close-handed fist into the sternum of Hunter. He's being assessed a flagrant foul penalty 2 for this act. Hunter is being assessed a technical foul for the push to Matherin and a technical foul on Turner as well. Therefore,
so they give a technical foul to DeAndre Hunter and Miles Turner, and then Mutherin gets a flagrant 2, I believe. Is that what they said? Because he hit DeAndre Hunter in the sternum area, which I don't think it was much of anything, but
that last replay we showed.
Miles Turner technical foul because he came over and knocked him down. I mean, he was just trying to defend his teammate there, but again, it's playoff basketball. It's going to be physical. Oh, Matherin gets ejected, actually. My fault.
That's also a significant loss.
That's a big loss, though, for Indiana because he's one of their best players coming off the bench. Losing him is huge. That's a big loss for the Pacers. That's not good. Again, in a playoff situation, you got to keep your composure. I know emotions run high, but again, you're too valuable for your team to be doing something stupid like that, man. The crowd doesn't like it, but it was the right call. You got to keep your composure there if you're Mathurin. DeAndre Hunter gets the free throw and misses. Again, when you have opportunities to get points, you got to convert. This is the first technical free throw. See if he can knock down the second one. Knocks down the second one. Puts the Cavs down 11, 22-11.
They've got the momentum. They've set the tone in terms of the way the game is being played. And to your point, let's see if this does swing how the game goes. And also,
let's see how that. Let's see after that ejection. Let's see if that momentum swings a little bit. Let's see if Cleveland can get something going offensively here. Evan Mobley with the ball, passes out to Hunter. Hunter drives, pulls up and he misses. Pacers get the rebound. Haliburton gets the ball on the left side of the court. Passes to Obi Toppin. Back out to Haliburton. Haliburton drives and gets easy layup in the paint. Easy drive by Haliburton and he gets the shot. 24-11, Pacers up. Donovan Mitchell crosses. He crosses Menard and he goes up for a strong layup but misses though. Pacers get the board. Menard shoots the jump shot and he knocks it down. Pacers up 26-11 early with 3:45 left in the first. Cavs look rattled early offensively. Pacers are playing some solid defense. DeAndre Hunter drives on Haliburton and gets fouled. And the Pacers are over the penalty. Let's see if Cleveland can knock down these free throws to get themselves back in it a little bit. Again, Hunter gets fouled driving into the paint, gets Haliburton, and Haliburton fouls him. All right, DeAndre Hunter at the free throw line. Knocks down the first one.
Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Get the latest scores, highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all.
All right, Hunter is going back for one more free throw. See if he can knock the second one down to put the Cavs down 13, and he does knock it down. 26-13, Pacers up. Coming up on late first quarter here. Memhard brings the ball up, gets to Obi Toppin in the left corner. Good defense by Mitchell. Passes out to Haliburton up top. Memhard gets the ball. Drives on Mobley. And Mobley, good defense. And Mobley gets the rebound, but a loose ball foul on DeAndre Hunter. Still Pacers ball.
They were able to jump Haliburton to not allow him to advance it quickly. But then they get a foul there on the grab of Hunter.
All right, Memhard has the ball up top. Another foul. Merrill with the foul. And that puts the Cavs over the limit. And Haliburton's going to the free throw line for more free throws. 26-13 with 3:15 left in the first.
Typically, the officials are going to try to take a little more control to calm.
Kenny Atkinson doesn't look pleased on the sideline. Cavaliers are off to a really rough start in this first quarter. Haliburton knocks down the first free throw.
In the first half of this first quarter.
Again, Pacers are playing with tremendous pace. Cavaliers are not playing with any sort of momentum, and Haliburton knocks down the second free throw, put the Pacers up 15, 20-13. Haliburton so far has 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in this first quarter. We'll see if he can keep it up to redeem himself after that poor game 3. Jerome trips on himself, and they're called for a travel. It's another turnover by Cleveland. Memhard bringing the ball up for the Pacers. Memhard a little bit too much dribble, almost lost it, but gets the ball back. Dumps off to Bryant down low. and misses a bunny but gets fouled. Pacers are going back to the free throw line for more free throws. Cleveland's getting bullied down low on the boards. Bryant's going back to the free throw line for more free throws here.
Darius Garland picked up his second personal at the 4:33 mark of the quarter.
Again, Cleveland can't get anything going offensively. It's kind of hard to get stuff going when your main players are out with fouls. Darius Garland has 2 fouls and only 2 points. Or 0 points or whatever it is. He's not really doing much for Cleveland. Bryant knocks down both free throws. Pacers up 30-13 early in the first quarter. Or late first quarter, excuse me. Cavs, 0 field goals in the last 3.5 minutes. Donovan Mitchell is trying to go through or splits the screen, goes through him, gets fouled. Again, Cavs are in their black jerseys with the C in the middle. Indiana in their normal white uniforms. I really like Indiana's uniforms. Nice little blue, yellow on the side. That's pretty sick. I think they have one of the best jerseys probably in the league. Donovan Mitchell at the free throw line. See if we can knock down the first one. Switches the first free throw. Rick Carlisle's a hell of a coach, man. Winning a championship with Dallas back in 2011. And then he's with Indiana now, have the chance to do the same thing. He's one of the best coaches in the league. Got to give him credit for what he's done for the Pacers team. Donovan Mitchell back at the free throw line for one free throw. Misses the second free throw. And Memhard gets the rebound. T.J. McConnell brings the ball up the floor for the Pacers. T.J. McConnell to Bryant in the left corner. Bryant switches to 3. Pacers up 33-14. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the first. Pacers are off to a really rough start. This crowd is off to a ruckus start. The crowd's into it. Cavs missed a 3. Pacers get the rebound here. Memhard catches the pass on the left side back to McConnell. Obi Toppin sets a screen on McConnell's man, looks for Bryant down the paint. Bryant misses a jump shot. Jerome with the rebound. Cleveland 5 minutes without a bucket almost. They got to get something going here offensively. 33-14, coming up with 90 seconds left in the first. Donovan Mitchell passes out to Mitchell. Good Euro step layup by Donovan Mitchell. Obi Toppin for 3 on the right corner. Oh!
Elevating over the top of Jerome. They're going to get him on a loose ball foul.
So Pacers try to get the rebound, but then it was an over the back call. So Cavs ball.
Yeah, you've not seen a lot of situations where he's had an attack unabated there. You see it's all up over the top of Ty Jerome there.
Don Mitchell with 5 points, 3 for 4 from the field. All right, Jerome at the free throw line for the Cavaliers. See if we can knock down these free throws. Knocks the first one down.
Featured Lou Williams, Chandler Parsons, and Michelle Beadle on FanDuel TV, free on all your favorite devices.
Knocks down the first free throw. See if Don Mitchell can knock down the second one. Not Don Mitchell, Jerome, excuse me. Jerome knocks down both free throws. Tyrese Haliburton with the ball. Brings the ball quickly up the floor. Pass out to Memhard. Obi Toppin sets a screen on Mobley. Back to Obi Toppin for an easy layup down low. Obi Toppin, guy of tremendous size, isn't scared to get the ball in the paint. Gets the ball into the paint for an easy layup. And Obi Toppin almost gets a steal off the pass. Still Cavs ball.
comfortable with the attack.
Pacers are getting whatever they want on both ends of the floor. They're executing their offense. They're playing physical defense, not making anything easy on Cleveland. It's definitely physical so far in this first quarter. Evan Mobley looking for Donovan Mitchell, but looks for Jerome instead. Jerome shoots a three on top of the key and knocks it down. Cleveland's down 35-21 with under a minute left in the first. Haliburton gets a screen on his man, Obi Toppin, gets the ball top of the three-point line, misses a wide-open three. Rebound by Hunter. Bryant with the foul. Again, both teams are in the limit. Cavs are going back to the free throw line for more free throws.
Complete control have the Pacers been 17-point lead at one point, and now you're allowing the Cavs to just slowly but surely find their rhythm here.
Again, all these fouls that they're doing, the Pacers are doing, I mean, they're allowing Cleveland to slowly get back into it, at least get the rhythm going offensively. DeAndre Hunter with 3 points, 2 rebounds so far in his first. Knocks down the first free throw.
Suddenly, this thing is down to 13 points.
13-point game.
Checks in for Ty Jerome. Defense for offense substitution. It was correction. It was a 19-point lead. And this is the way you get back into it, right? It's typically make offensive glass 1 second chance.
All right.
In game 3.
Hunter knocks down the second free throw. Put the Cavs down 12, 35-23 with 30 seconds left in the first.
Slowly but surely getting back in the game, getting an opportunity to set.
All right. We got Haliburton on top, passes out to Meemhart. Meemhart passes out in the right corner. Pacers get the three here.
And the Pacers are now 6 of 9 from the
6 of 9 for the three-point range for the Pacers. 38-23. 5 seconds left. 4, 3. Donovan has the ball. 2. And Donovan throws the ball away. Pacers get a shot off, and Haliburton misses it. All right, so the Pacers are up 38-23 at the end of the first quarter, 15-point lead. They've definitely thrown the first punch so far in this first quarter. See how Cleveland responds in the second quarter here.
James, you wear a lot of hats. Veteran and household chef, self-taught barber, and dream chaser.
All right, 38-23. Pacers are up at the end of the first quarter here. What do you guys think of the game so far? Who wins this game? Does Cleveland come back and they tie the series up at 2? Does Indiana finish off the deal here if they continue this momentum in the second quarter and beyond to take a commanding 3-1 lead? It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out. Again, Cleveland, so far, the way I'm watching the game right now, the way they're playing, they're not playing with any sort of pace. They got something going a little bit at the end. But Indiana is coming out more aggressive on offense. They're executing their offense. They're playing their style, getting up and down the floor, playing physical defense on the Cavaliers, not making life easy on them to get any sort of good shots up.
So y'all can see my sneakers.
Anthony Edwards having a really good game last night against the Golden State Warriors. I'm telling you, this dude's going to be the face of the NBA. I would say next year, within the next couple of years. This dude's going to be – he's going to win. He's going to definitely win a championship, in my opinion. I don't know if it'll be this year, but definitely in the future. This dude is too talented, and he's not scared of anyone. I mean, like I said, you take out LeBron James, and he's on the verge of taking out Steph Curry and Draymond Green, all of them. If somehow the Warriors aren't able to come back without Steph Curry on the floor for the Warriors. But either way, I think it's going to be tough for them to try to win without Steph Curry there. Because Curry, obviously, without him, you're taking away the three-point shot, obviously. Curry's one of your best players. And given it where he is in his career, I know he's 36, 37 years old, but he's had one of his best statistical seasons probably in his career. And You're taking that away, and it's just going to be harder for Golden State to get any sort of offense going. I know they had Jimmy Butler still, but you saw in that fourth quarter last night against the Timberwolves, the Warriors looked lost out there. And, again, Kuminga had a hell of a game. You have to give him credit. But, again, it wasn't enough. Jimmy Butler had like 30-some-odd points or whatever. Still wasn't enough. Draymond Green fouls out early in the game, only having 2 points. I mean, Draymond Green's got to be better. He's got to be better. I know Draymond Green's not known for his scoring. He's known for his defense. But at the end of the day, you got to be better, especially when Steph is out. Jimmy Butler can't do it by himself. He needs help. Can you get 10 to 15 points? I mean, you got to do something to help out Jimmy Butler. There's no guarantee the Warriors are going to get Steph Curry back in this. I know they're saying they're going to reevaluate him next week. And he could potentially be back for Game 6, but is it going to be too late at that point? I think if Minnesota wins Game 4 tomorrow night, I think Minnesota wins in 5. So, but we are back here in the second quarter. Patriots have the ball here. McConnell drives the ball, almost steps on the baseline, gets out to Obi Toppin for left corner for 3, in and out. Rebound by Max Strus. Donovan Mitchell brings the ball up the floor, drives, steps back for 3, and hits off the front rim, goes out of bounds. Pacers ball.
What are you telling your guys if you can't answer this? They get out in transition.
McConnell has the ball in the right corner, gets out to Siakam. Siakam drives on Dean Wade. Dean Wade gets a steal. Evan Mobley brings the ball up the floor. And Mobley gets a bucket, but it's called for a travel, so bucket doesn't count. Another turnover for Cleveland. Absolutely. Pacers have definitely been the more physical team so far in this game. Cavs 8 turnovers, and Pacers only have 4. Pacers 9 points off the 5 turnovers. Cleveland needs to do a better job taking care of the ball. Siakam for 3 in the right corner and switches it. Pacers up 41-23. Great confidence. The Pacers are playing with a lot of confidence right now. Cleveland so far is not. They're the complete opposite. And Mobley shoots a 3 and misses. And T.J. McConnell, a guy that dives on the floor. This is what I love about T.J. McConnell. He's not a guy, he's not a flashy player. You may think of his name of he's nothing crazy. He does all the little plays. Dives on the floor for loose balls. Physical, not scared of anybody. Gets the ball into the paint with ease. He does probably one of the best jobs in the league in terms of dissecting defense. And he does that little mid-range free throw jump shot, one of the best in the league. He just does his job. Obi Toppin in the paint, gets out to Memhard. Memhard passes out the top and back out to Siakam. Siakam shoots a 3 from the top of the key and knocks it down. Pacers are up 21 points, 44-23, with 10 minutes left in the second. Siakam with 10 points is perfect from the field so far. Hasn't missed a shot yet. And another turnover by Cleveland. This is not good. Cleveland's coming up on double-digit turnovers so far. They're at 9 right now. They keep turning the ball over like this at a high clip. They're going to get blown out in this game. They got to find a way to make the game easy on themselves. They're just not playing with any sort of pace or momentum right now. Indiana is playing their game and their pace. Siakam shoots the ball from the free throw line and knocks it down. Siakam is getting whatever he wants on the court against this Cavs defense. And another turnover by Cleveland. 10th turnover so far in this first half. Siakam gets the ball again. Mobley playing some solid defense. Back out to McConnell. Siakam gets the ball. Down to Toppin. And Toppin dunks the ball. Cleveland is down 25 points. 48-23 with 9:24 left in the second quarter. Indiana is absolutely giving Cleveland that belt early in the second quarter. Cleveland, how are they going to respond? What's the response going to be? 48-23, Pacers up. with 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Still a long game, but obviously Cleveland has 10 turnovers so far in this first half. That is a recipe for disaster if you're Cleveland. They got to do a better job of just getting their offense going here without turning the ball over. Again, Indiana, guys, if you think about this Indiana Pacers team, they made it to the conference finals last year against the Celtics. That's my team, right? Even though the Celtics swept the Pacers were in every single game. They could have won game one, right? If you go back and watch the tape, at the end of that game one, it went into overtime. If the Pacers were to find a way to not turn the ball over late, I remember they were inbound the pass, right? It went off of Siakam's leg, and Celtics got the ball back, and Jaylen Brown hit a three to tie that game up, and then Celtics obviously won overtime, right? Same thing in game 3 and 4 last year. Pacers had big leads against the Celtics. Celtics came back. This Pacers team is tough. They made it to the conference finals for a reason last year, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if they got back there this year. Okay? If they end up somehow beating the Cavaliers, which is definitely probable at this point. Indiana is a team that has size everywhere. You know, they're not a team that's just they're a physical team. A lot of people knock them for not being fit. They're a physical team. And when Indiana's not turning the ball over, when they're getting whatever they want offensively, and they're playing solid defense, being physical, Tyrese Haliburton, Miles Turner, Aaron Nesmith, all guys that have tremendous size and length on the defensive side of the ball. It's tough for teams to get the ball in the paint against them and to get easy buckets. So Cleveland's having a really hard time so far in the second quarter getting anything going offensively against this Pacers defense. So give the Pacers credit as they hold a 25-point lead, 40-23. Still in commercial break right now. But let's see if Cleveland can rally here and get the lead down to a certain margin before halftime here.
Really? You've been doing this since the 70s.
Well, NJM puts the policyholders first, and people are noticing.
Say no more.
So far, it's looking like the Pacers are playing with more desperation here, even though they still hold a 2-1 lead. They're playing like a team that's down 2-0
Gloria.
right now, or they're playing like a team that's down 2-1. So Cleveland, like I said, they got the win last game, but they're coming out with no sense of urgency so far in this game 4, and Indiana is. They're definitely punching Cleveland in the mouth. So we'll see how Cleveland responds here. Down 25 points. Let's see if they can get the lead down to a certain margin. Almost back from commercial break. Again, bro, I love breaking down these games. As a Celtics fan, I love breaking down different teams. Because as a Celtics fan, we're going to have to play Indiana or Cleveland in the next round if Celtics are able to come back against the Knicks. So we'll find out here. What's going on my TV here? Come on. But so far, Cleveland is in trouble so far. I mean, 10 turnovers early in the first half is not a good sign. So they got to find a way to execute the offense better than what they're doing right now. Come on, man. Network is heavily congested. Your video may not play smoothly. Come on, just get back to the game, please. That's all I'm wondering. Sorry, my TV's being slow right now. But it'll get back shortly here. Of course. Yeah, Pacers are up 48-23 with just under 9 minutes left in the second quarter. They're really just making life hell for Cleveland's offense. Sorry, Okay, we're back finally. Okay. All right, we're back. Here we go. All right. All right, no issues, please. All right, we're back. Let's go.
As Darius Garland will step to the free throw line for 2.
Man, Pacers are absolutely just giving it to the Cavaliers right now. All right, Darius Garland makes the first free throw.
It's not, but we've also got to give the Pacers a lot better. Again, you go back to the first division.
Darius Garland knocks down the second free throw. Cavs down 48-26 with 8:50 left in the second. Siakam has the ball. Gets out to Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin back out to Memhart. Back to Siakam. Let's see if Siakam go to work here against Mobley. Siakam shoots the jump shot. And Cleveland can get the defensive rebound. They're getting out rebounded here so far in this first half. Pacers get their own rebound. Toppin goes in and up and under over the Cavs defense. What a shot by Obi Toppin here. 50-26. Pacers up. Toppin with 11 points in 12 minutes. And Donovan Mitchell gets the M1 call and makes a jump shot, goes to the free throw line. Obi Toppin just went from the other side of the court, on the right side of the court, drove the ball in the lane, did a little scoop, undershot, and makes it over the Cavs defense. Cleveland is not playing right now. I mean, really, the only player that's really doing something so far has been Donovan Mitchell. But he's not really getting the help so far in this first half. Gets to the free throw line efficiently, but Cleveland is still down by 21 points. 50-29. Donovan Mitchell makes the second free throw. Donovan Mitchell has 9 points so far in this first half. McConnell passes out to Memhart. Memhart passes out to Shepherd, misses 3. Garland out to Strus. Strus shoots a wide open 3, misses, front rims it. McConnell gets in the paint, stutter steps, and Donovan Mitchell sends the ball back, blocks the ball out of Keaton McConnell's hands, out of bounds. Great defensive play by Donovan Mitchell, who's trying to keep the Cavaliers in the game here, give him some sort of life. Great defensive play by Donovan Mitchell. He looks pissed off. Donovan Mitchell doesn't look happy here. I think it's more of not happy with the way Cleveland's playing right now. That was a loud block by Donovan Mitchell. There's no way, if I was a defender, there's no way in hell I would guard Donovan Mitchell. If he comes down the paint, you know how Donovan Mitchell does stuff, the way he comes down the paint with force, I would get the hell out the way. There's no way I would take that type of punishment at the rim if I was a defender.
Guys have been unsure, not as strong with the basketball, and the Pacers have taken advantage.
TJ McConnell knocks it down. Pacers 6 of 10 from field goals in the second quarter, and another turnover by Cleveland. That's their 11th turnover of the game.
And that possession there is indicative of what we've seen in this first half. Turner gave a hard show on this.
Cleveland's not playing with no discipline right now at all.
Watch this show. You've got to keep that dribble longer for Darius Garland and attack that big, and you can tell he's just not as confident.
11 turnovers for the Cavaliers to that Pacers 4. That's been the difference so far in this first half. Siakam gets the ball to Miles Turner to McConnell. Aaron Nesmith gets the ball. Back out to Siakam to Miles Turner. Back to Siakam, and a foul on DeAndre Hunter.
Well, I talked to TJ McConnell before the game about that 3-2 zone that he admitted bothers the Pacers in Game 3 of this series. But he said, listen, we played against an up zone all year. It was mostly about the length of the gap that they had to get adjusted to and find different ways to attack. And he said, my job tonight is to get into the paint, create, and be a problem. We just saw that in that prior game.
Again, McConnell's guy likes to get into the paint, dissecting the defense he's going against and making life easier for the Pacers offense. McConnell is getting Just easy bucket to the rim. No resistance for the Cavs defense. What is going on with the Cavaliers defense tonight? Pacers are getting whatever the hell they want offensively on top of the physical defense that they're playing against Cleveland. Wade gets the ball out to DeAndre Hunter in left corner. DeAndre Hunter bricks a three. Dean Wade gets the rebound. Hunter gets the ball back, pulls up, misses another easy jump shot. Hunter's having a very difficult first half so far for the Cavs. Aaron Nesmith with the ball back out to McConnell. McConnell looking like he's dissecting the defense. Gets the ball to Miles Turner. That was a good pass by McConnell. Turner just lost it. But Nesmith gets the board and drives to the paint and gets fouled. Cleveland looks hopeless right now. They just no resistance on the defense, and they're just looking like a team just having no energy on either side of the ball. Can't stop the Pacers at all on both sides of the floor. Pacers are shooting 57% from the field in this first half. Very high percentage. Again, if you're Cleveland, you got to be more physical. They're not being the physical team right now. Pacers are playing the opposite of that. They're being the more physical team. They're getting what they want on both sides. I'm curious to see if Darius Garland's actually healthy, because I know he played the last game, but he only had like 8 points. So I'm wondering if Cleveland rushed him back or not. I don't know the full story on that, but I don't know. We'll see how he progresses the rest of this game. Nesmith makes both free throws, put the Pacers up 56-29 with 6:15 left in the second. Very nightmare start for the Cavs so far in this first half. Darius Garland gets a screen from Jared Allen. Garland pulls up for three, makes it. Big bucket for Darius Garland. 56-32, under 6 minutes left in the second. McConnell gets the ball to Obi Toppin. Gets bumped a little bit. Foul on Darius Garland. And that's his third personal foul. That's not good. Again, with the terrible game he's having so far in his first half, he has 5 points and 3 fouls. That's not good. You're the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got to do a better job of being disciplined on the defense side of the ball. Again, you just hit a three, and then you foul, and now you're on the bench. So now you just ruin the momentum for the Cavaliers. Miles Turner gets the ball. Haliburton gets the ball. Go work on Jared Allen. Nothing's there. Obi Toppin gets the shot on the left corner, but misses. And it's Cavaliers ball. Nesmith looked like he was trying to get the ball back off the missed jump shot by Toppin, but it's Cavs ball. Donovan Mitchell gets the ball here. Mitchell transition three, misses. It gets his own offensive rebound, and Mitchell drives. This is a layup. Nesmith out in transition to Miles Turner, and Miles Turner gets fouled by DeAndre Hunter and one. Miles Turner's absolutely flexing on the Cleveland Cavaliers so far in this first half. Again, Indiana's playing like a team that's down 2-1. They're playing with more desperation throughout this entire game so far. And again, like you look at the Cavs, look at their front court with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Again, the Pacers are spreading out the bigs. They're taking Jared Allen out of the paint. And that's why Indiana is able to get what they want offensively. Again, Miles Turner, a guy likes to shoot threes, and Jared Allen's the one guarding him. He's not going to be able to guard a guy that shoots threes all the time. And Aaron Nesmith misses a three, and Toppin gets the rebound off the missed three, and Pacers makes the layup, 60-32. With 4:53 left in the second quarter. My Lord.
What's Verbo? You say
Indiana is getting whatever the hell they want on both sides of the court, guys. It's unbelievable what they're doing. Cleveland is looking like they're in big time trouble here. You got Darius Garland on the bench. Again, he makes a big time three, and then you foul. Now you have 3 fouls, and now you're probably going to not play the rest of the first half. That's going to hurt the Cavaliers.
And the pants, yes, sir.
Yeah, I wonder, is Cleveland in trouble here? Because if you look at, right now, this is probably their best shot to win a chip. I mean, you won 4 games in regular season. I mean, you had a tremendous regular season. There's no guarantee Cleveland gets back to his position next year. There's no guarantee Cleveland is back winning 60-plus games next year. And what's the excuse going to be for them? If they lose in the second round, Donovan Mitchell hasn't been past the second round so far in his career. So, I mean, like, what are you going to do if you're Cleveland? How are they going to respond? They're in a deep hole right now, and Indiana is looking like a team that's not going to take their foot off the gas anytime soon in this game. And Darius Garland is a guy that takes a lot of criticism as well in the past for his poor play in the playoffs. I guarantee he's going to take a lot of criticism again if Cleveland isn't able to make it out of this series. Because you're supposed to be one of your best players on the team outside Donovan Mitchell. And you're not doing anything for your team to help your team, try to get the W here. 60-32, Indiana's up. Still in commercial break, and we still have a whole second half to go. So if Cleveland doesn't find a way to at least get the lead down to somewhat before halftime, it could be a long night for Cleveland. I just don't know if Cleveland were somehow to lose this game. I don't see any way that Indiana blows a 3-1 lead.
I am pure electric performance.
I just think Indiana has more. Now, you may think of, like, the names on Cleveland. Yeah, they have some of the star power, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Indiana, Miles Turner, Obi Toppin is no scrub, right? Tyrese Haliburton, Aaron Nesmith. Those guys have experience. They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals before. So it's like they're playing like a team. And the Pacers right now are playing like a team that's been there before, and the Cavs haven't. Because, again, Cleveland hasn't been past the second round so far in the last few seasons. And, again, like, look at the defense on the Cavaliers. They're not playing with any sort of, like, heart. And they're just letting the Pacers shoot whatever the hell they want on the floor. We are back. Haliburton with 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists so far in the first half. Cavs have the ball here. Max Strus brings the ball up the floor for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers 6-25 from the field, 24%. Pacers 23-41 from the field. Don Mitchell is looking for somebody. Nobody's open. Gets it out to Okoro. See if Okoro can go to work with 2 seconds left. And just bricks a layup. Nowhere close to making it. Turner with another rebound. Memhart brings the ball for the Pacers. Gets it down low to Miles Turner. And Turner misses a layup over a smaller Max Strus. Evan Mobley trying to drive on Nesmith. Good defense by Nesmith. Max Strus driving on Turner and loses the ball. Still Cavs ball. Again, Cleveland's not getting anything easy offensively. It seemed like every shot Cleveland has taken so far in this first half, it's just been a shot that they have to work for. Again, Pacers are playing with more. They're playing with more. They're the more physical team so far. And Okoro with the offensive foul, hard screen on Nesmith. 12 turnovers for the Cavaliers. Again, when you have that high of turnover, when you have that amount of turnovers, and first of all, it's not even the third quarter yet, you're in for a long night. 12 turnovers to the Pacers 4. Memhart shoots the jump shot over Jared Allen, misses. Mobley brings the ball down the floor. And Mobley has been a non-factor so far in this first half, too. Donovan Mitchell knocks down a big-time 3. Let's see if that gets something, or if that gets the Cavs going offensively here. 60-35, Donovan Mitchell with 12 points. Another foul by Cleveland on Max Strus. Again, Cleveland's in the penalty for the rest of the half. Like, they got to do a better job of just not fouling and playing fundamentally sound defense. Tyrese Haliburton going back to the free throw line for more free throws. Celtics Knicks tomorrow night on ESPN, and then you got Timberwolves and Warriors. Big time game 4 for the Warriors if they want to keep themselves in the series without Steph Curry. Haliburton misses the first free throw. Again, Indiana's being the more physical team so far in this first half. Darius Garland, Tyrese Haliburton knocks down the second free throw, 61-35. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the second quarter. All right, Darius Garland being aggressive against the rim, gets fouled. Okay, that's what you have to do. You have to try to find a way to get to the free throw line. That's what Cleveland is lacking in this first half. Again, if you're Cleveland, you're down 61-35. You got to just find a way to chip down the lead. And you have 3:16 left. Let's see if they can get it down to like at least under 20 points. At least give yourself somewhat of a shot to come back. Garland he makes the first free throw. I mean, Darius Garland's points so far in this first half have mainly come from the free throw line. But again, with the early foul trouble that he's endured, it's been hard for Cleveland to get anything going or in terms of momentum offensively. So got a whole second half, but so far Indiana is doing whatever they want, and they're setting the tone for the rest of the game here. Darius Garland with 7 points in the first half so far. Memhart has the ball, looks for Miles Turner, back to Memhart, and dumps it down to Miles Turner down low and gets an easy layup. Again, no resistance for Cavs defense. Miles Turner is a beast so far in his first half. Pacers 21 assists to the Cavs 3. Just out. They're just out doing the Cavs in every statistical category so far in this first half. And another turnover for Cleveland. That's 13 turnovers. Like I said earlier, you had that amount of turnovers, and we're not even in the third quarter. Again, Cleveland's going to be in for a really, really, really long night. All right, Memhart pass out to Haliburton, back out to Memhart in the middle of the court. Siakam sets a screen. Back to Nesmith. Nesmith gets the ball back. Looking to drive. Shoots over Max Strus and switches it. Indy's making whatever the hell they want so far in this first half. 65-37, come up on 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Donovan Mitchell looked like he was about to shoot. Dumps off to Garland in the left corner. Garland bricks it. Rebound by Tyrese Haliburton. Again, Cleveland needs to get more production from the rest of their supporting cast. So far, it's just been Donovan Mitchell doing whatever he can to try to keep the Cavs in it, but it's not going to matter. And Miles Turner switches another 3, 68-37. 68-37. Pacers are up with 1:46 left in the second quarter. And a technical foul, Max Strus. Losing their composure so far in this game. Really wasn't much of nothing, but I mean, I guess he put his hands on them. Again, Cleveland, Tyrese Haliburton knocks down the technical free throw. But again, you're Cleveland. You're down 69-37. You can't afford to be doing something stupid like that. Pacers so far have dictated pace. They've dictated physicality in this game. They've gotten whatever they wanted offensively. They're the more physical team on defense. Cleveland is not getting anything going on both sides of the ball. Tyrese Haliburton knocks down a three in space. 72-37. Pacers are up with 90 seconds left in the second. Cleveland doesn't look playing like an absolute bum right now in this first half. Tyrese Haliburton gets the ball. This Pacers crowd is giving it to the Pacers right now for their great play. Aaron Nesmith gets the ball, looking like he's trying to drive, gets out to Miles Turner. He steps back for three, and he knocks it down. My gosh. The Pacers are doing whatever they want offensively. It is a complete avalanche in this game. Cleveland has no response, no answers, no hope so far in this first half. This Pacers crowd is on their feet. Donovan Mitchell. And now Cleveland's starting to jack up shots, which is the last thing they want. Oh, they smell blood. Oh, my gosh. Miles Turner with another three. The Pacers don't care. They're trying to put their foot on the Cavs' neck. 17-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes for the Pacers. Holy crap. This Pacers team is playing like they're down in the series. They're trying to let the Cavs know we got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. We're trying to get back there again this year. Nesmith with the three, with the jump shot, and he makes it. It is 80-39 at the end of the first half. 80. This is insane. And this is against the number one seed, guys. The Cleveland Cavaliers had the best record all season long. The Pacers are playing like they're the best team in basketball right now. You can just tell this team has played with each other. They have experience. They have chemistry. And they're giving it to the Cavaliers in this first half. 80-39 at the end of the first half. Pacers are up big. You really have to worry about the effort for the Cleveland Cavaliers so far in the first half. What an absolute beatdown so far in this game. You would think Cleveland, after winning the last game the way they did, you would think they would come out with more urgency to try to get the series tied up. And they're playing with no resistance. They're playing with no physicality. They had 13 turnovers so far in the first half to the Pacers 4, which has been the biggest difference so far in this game.
We've made some great memories here. We're making one today.
So what's the response going to be for the Cleveland Cavaliers so far in this going in the second half? It's going to be interesting. Now, if you're Indiana, big first half, you got to close it out. You got to keep up the momentum. You got to keep up the momentum. You can't give the Cavaliers any sort of hope. Or really, not even just hope. You can't give them any sort of momentum or anything to build upon going into the next game. If you're Indiana, you win this game, your mentality is we got to go into Cleveland and close. We've already won 2 in Cleveland. They can go in there again and beat Cleveland in Game 5. It's not a crazy take. So I'm absolutely shocked the way this game has gone so far. But, like, again, you really have to give the Pacers credit. They're playing with more physicality. They're making everything hard on Cleveland. Cleveland getting any sort of good shots. Earlier, Darius Garland didn't look healthy. They did the question back too. Because And Donovan Mitchell's the only one really doing something for the Cavaliers. Nobody else on the Cavs is really doing their part to try to support Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland only has 7 points. Max Strus isn't really doing nothing. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen are non-factors. Again, Cavs have 39 points. Donovan Mitchell is the leading scorer for the Cavaliers. I mean, let's go over the box score real quick, okay? It's halftime right now, so we have plenty of time before the second half. All right, let's go over the box score quick. This is crazy. All right. So far, Cleveland's shooting 60% from the field, 67% to the Cavs, 6% free. Okay, Cavs are 90% the free throw line to the Cavs, or for the Pacers 80%, whatever, cool. Pacers are out rebounding the Cavs by 7 points, 22-15. 25 assists for the Pacers to the Cavs 3, 4 steals to the Cavs 3. All right, 2 blocks for Cleveland, 0 blocks for Pacers. Okay, Cavs have 4. The biggest difference so far in this first half have been the turnovers. Cavs have 14 turnovers to the Pacers 4. That's why they're losing.
This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This is Roundup for lawns.
That's why they're losing at the end of the day. Cavaliers are playing with they're just playing like a team that doesn't care. Or they're playing like a team that's just trying to lose and then get back to Cleveland, maybe get a W there. But again, the Pacers have stole 2 games already in Cleveland.
This night, but this happened in the first quarter. That's dirty, man. Not cool.
Yeah, that was dirty. I don't know what DeAndre Hunter, what the hell he was doing on that play. But if you're Indiana, your mentality is you got to keep their foot on the Cavs' neck in the second half. You can't give them any sort of hope in this second half to get them back themselves or get themselves back into the game here. It's a complete beatdown so far in this first half. 80-39, Pacers are up.
This has been building up between Ben Mathurin and DeAndre Hunter through the course of this series. They've gone head-to-head a few times. This was in game 1. Oh, man. That's a foul. The ref missed that. In game 3.
Again, these guys don't like each other. Hunter and
At all. No,
whatever his name is, can't remember on top of my head. But they've been going back at it so far throughout this whole series. Mathurin, that's his name. Mathurin and Hunter don't like each other.
Hunter comes back like he's supposed to.
Again, if you're DeAndre Hunter, you get hit in the sternum area by Mathurin, and he goes over and pushes Mathurin down. And Mathurin gets ejected, which, okay, whatever. But if you're DeAndre Hunter, you got to be more poised in that situation, knowing that your team's already down. You can't afford to lose a player of your caliber.
I don't write those rules, but I abide by them.
But, guys, we are in commercial break right now. I'm going to take a little break, and I will come back just before the second half starts. I will be right back in just a few minutes here. All right, we are back here, guys. Still halftime right now. But, I mean, so far, those of you who are just tuning in or those of you who've been watching, is 80-39. Pacers are up going into the third quarter. So far, the Pacers have been the more physical team. They just out-hustling the Cavs at every category, rebounds, loose balls. Cavs are playing with no type of resistance on the defensive side of the ball. And, yeah, that's pretty much been the story. I mean, really, the biggest thing of why Cleveland's down by why they're down the way they are is because of the turnovers. I mean, 14 turnovers to the Cavs 4, or 13 turnovers to the to the Pacers 4. It's not going to get it done. And we are back here. Second half starts. Tyrese Haliburton gets the ball, passes out to Memhard. Memhard looking for a driving lane, passes out to Turner, gets it to Haliburton, and it was trying to look for Miles Turner down low, and Cavaliers get the steal. Cavaliers, Darius Garland looks to Evan Mobley down low, and then Pacers foul. Can the Cavaliers get some sort of momentum going in this third quarter?
It is uncharacteristic because we've seen them all season long, but you would think you're down 2-1 on the road. You've got to have a game 7 mindset. And they just came out a little.
Max Strus gets the ball, passes out to Darius Garland. Darius Garland shoots a 3 and just misses off the side of the left rim. Siakam gets in the paint and gets fouled. And 1 for Siakam. Great start for the Pacers in the second half. 82-39, 11-10 left in the third. I mean, where is Jared Allen? Where's the rim protection at for the Cavs? Like, I thought the Cleveland Cavaliers was supposed to have the best front court in basketball with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And so far, there's no resistance for the Cavs defense so far in this game. It's actually pretty shocking. Siakam has 15 points so far in the game. Darius Garland gets the ball. Jared Allen sets a screen. Max Strus gets the ball. And look like he's trying to go for 11. Gets the ball taken away. But Cavs still hold on possession. And Max Strus hits a 3. Finally, the Cavs get something going offensively. Can this continue throughout the third quarter here for Cleveland? Tyrese Haliburton gets out to Aaron Nesmith. Miles Turner up top in the paint with the ball. Gets out to Aaron Nesmith. Back to Siakam. And back out to Tyrese Haliburton. And it's looking like a foul on Indiana. Max Strus taking a shot to the neck or chin area. Foul on Miles Turner. That didn't look like it was nothing.
To determine if there should be anything extra.
That didn't look like a foul on Miles Turner. They're taking a look to see if it was a flagrant foul on Miles Turner. Didn't look like it was much, but.
Foul 2 in the first half, ejected.
Now, come on, this shouldn't take long for this call, right? I mean, come on now. Again, they need to really do a better job. I'm just talking about the NBA as a whole of the booth reviews. There's got to be some sort of clock where they get a certain amount of time to review calls. Sometimes it'd be taking way too long to be reviewing stuff. And again, it just slows down the momentum of the game for both a player's view and a fan's view.
That was a basketball move. He's just reaching back to feel where the defender is.
Yeah, that didn't look like a foul or all on Miles Turner. He was trying to feel the defender. Okay, just a common foul on Miles Turner. That's a right call. I mean, he didn't. That was a basketball play. He was trying to feel where the defender was. And it looked like Max Strus was just trying to act, to try to get a call. But
right, so again, the Cleveland Cavaliers starting the second half without Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, they're actually there's no Donovan Mitchell in the second half. Actually,
We're now at a 41-point hole. 90 to the second.
I have no idea what I don't know why he's not playing. I don't know if he got hurt or whatnot. I don't know. All right, Darius Garland looks for Ty Jerome wide open down low, gets an easy layup, 83-44. Pacers up. 10 minutes left in the third. And where's the resistance for the Cavaliers defense? You just let Memhard go to the lane for an easy layup. Where's the defense at for Cleveland? Again, no heart, no effort for the Cavs, especially on defense. Like, what's going on here? Max Strus shoots a three, misses. Pascal Siakam gets the board. Memhard up in transition. Siakam's going aggressively to the basket and gets a layup. And it's continuing in the second half for the Pacers. They're not giving Cavs any sort of life in this game. Evan Mobley drives, misses a layup, but gets their own rebound. Jerome shoots a three, makes it. Puts the Cavs down 40 points still. Ty Jerome only with 7 points. Good pass to Siakam or to Haliburton to Memhard, and reach-in foul by Jared Allen.
You can see there's a little bit of a miscommunication and then just a lack of rotation there. Again, the pace just puts relentless pressure on you from a transition standpoint. You have got to be alert and active defensively.
Nesmith misses a three, rebound by Garland. Garland just shoots a wide open three, misses. Still cold from the field for Darius Garland. Howard with the ball. Miles Turner, looks like he's about to shoot, but Nesmith in the right corner knocks down the three. Pacers up 90-47. Nesmith with 12 points. Jared Allen dumps it off to Darius Garland. Darius Garland looking for something and almost got the ball taken away by Memhard. Good defense by Memhard. Still Cavaliers ball. That's a good pass by Miles Turner. Looked like he was about to shoot. He was wide open, but he decided to dump it off to Nesmith in the right corner. All right, Jared Allen dumps it off to Garland. Sets a screen on Garland's man. Garland gets into the paint. Okay, good shot by Garland. Up and under for a layup. Has 11 points, but will it be enough is the question. Haliburton drives and dissects the Cavs defense, dumps it off to Miles Turner and gets fouled, and it's going to the free throw line here.
Miles Turner. As we take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game. Oh, this will be just an astounding turnaround in this series after what we saw here in Game 3 to tonight.
Miles Turner knocks down the first free throw.
I go back to Game 2 because the Pacers are a good enough team.
And Miles Turner knocks down the second free throw. 92-49. Miles Turner with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 7 for 11 from the field. Darius Garland gets the ball. Max Strus sets a hard screen on Nesmith, and it's a foul on Nesmith.
So that'll be the third against Nesmith. You'll hear coaches and players as the crowd sees the replay. Don't agree with the call there from Kevin Scott. But you'll often hear players.
It looked like let's see. Max Strus sets a hard screen on Nesmith, but it didn't really look like much. It looked like Nesmith just ran into him. That's 3 fouls on Nesmith, 12 points. And they're going to challenge it. Okay. All right. This is like the third challenge so far in this game. Rick Carlisle's not happy. He looked like he's giving one of these signals like he did that on purpose, but we'll find out here in just a few moments as we are in commercial break. 92-49, Pacers are up in the third quarter. absolute beatdown so far in this game. I was expecting Cavaliers, especially after what they did in Game 3. Mitchell scoring 43, and the rest of the supporting cast following behind him, supporting him. You would think Cleveland would come out with more desperation, try to get the series tied, and they're doing the complete opposite of that.
The number one recommended brand.
Still commercial break here. But those in the chat watching, what do you guys think so far of this game? Because I'm shocked. I wouldn't say I'm shocked, but I'm shocked at the score. I thought Cleveland would come out with more desperation, knowing, okay, you lost the first 2 games in Cleveland. You got a big-time win last game in Game 3 with, Tyrese Haliburton only scoring 4 points. Really did a good job limiting him in the last game. And then, like I said, all of that just fell apart in this game. Again, no heart, no sense of desperation for Cavaliers. The Pacers, like I said earlier, they're playing like a team that's down in the series. And I like how, and that's the thing too, when you have an opportunity, when you're up the way you are and you have an opportunity to close out a team, I like how Indiana is continuing to be aggressive. Some teams will just settle, right? Like look at the Celtics, for example, a team that blew 2 20-point leads in games 1 and 2 against the Knicks. Knicks came back, the Celtics settled. Instead of continuing to be aggressive, getting to the free throw line, that's what Indiana's doing. And again, with how good defensively they've been, Indiana's going to be a tough outing for whoever comes out in the other series.
The 3 for me only at Chili's now serves up the all-new Big Q beef for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger.
Still in commercial break as they're reviewing the call to see if Max Strus did something more excessive than what he did. I mean, he set a screen on Aaron Nesmith. Pretty hard screen. Didn't really look like much from my angle, but Carlisle looking like he wants to look to see if it was a flagrant. So we'll find out here in a second after these commercials. But in the meantime, guys, so far, forget this series for a second. Let's talk about the other series. So Warriors and Timberwolves. Who do you think wins that series? Because again, Curry is pretty much going to be out until about Game 6, and I'm just wondering, is it too late for the Warriors? Because if Minnesota wins tomorrow, they go up 3-1. I don't see any way Golden State goes into Minnesota if Curry is in without Steph Curry to try to get a win there. With Ant-Man the way he's playing, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle's playing out of his freaking mind. Who knows? But I just find it hard to believe Golden State can win without Curry. Again, Curry is a guy that likes to shoot threes, a guy that makes the game easy for his team. Again, Warriors in that last few minutes against the Timberwolves really on a long drought of not scoring a bucket. Despite Jimmy Butler having, 33 points or whatever he had, still wasn't enough. And then it doesn't help when Draymond Green goes out in foul trouble, fouls out only 2 points. Same with Kevon Looney. All right, we're back here. Pacers get the ball. Turner to Pascal Siakam, gets out to Memhard. Memhard bumps Strus for an easy floater, misses. Cavs have the ball here. Jared Allen sets a screen out to Darius Garland on the left corner. Darius Garland should have shot that when he had the opportunity and hesitated. Nice pass. Garland to Max Strus for the layup. Pacers up 92-51. Coming up on 7 minutes left in the third. Looks like Turner's about to shoot a 3. Good pass in the right corner. Memhard gets the rebound off the shot. This is a wide open 3. Max Strus gets the rebound. Evan Mobley for 3 and knocks it down. Cleveland down 92-54 with exactly 7 minutes left in this third. Only 6 points for Evan Mobley. Needs to step it up a little bit, though. Pascal Siakam passes out to Miles Turner. Turner steps back, and the sideline shot misses. Strus down to Evan Mobley in the paint. Siakam, good defense on Evan Mobley. gets his own offense rebound, gets fouled by Turner. Evan Mobley's going to the free throw line here. Good defense by Pascal Siakam in that first attempt, but they still couldn't get the defensive rebound. So Kenny Atkinson does not look pleased on the sideline at all of the way the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing in this game so far. And Evan Mobley looks like he's about to miss, but it rolls in. Makes the first free throw.
Taking it on the chin. Now he's without Donovan Mitchell to begin the second half.
I gotta see what happened to Donovan Mitchell. Saying he's not playing in this. Evan Mobley makes the second free throw. 92-56.
That's incredible.
Haliburton to Siakam. Turner misses a bunny at the rim. Rebound Cleveland. Hunter looked like he had a wide open three and doesn't take it. Out to Jerome. Jerome floats it over. Oh, I should have been in. He misses it. Turner gets the rebound here. Haliburton with the ball. Oh, he crosses Jerome for the step back three. Misses. Mobley with the rebound. Merrill to the rim, gets fouled hard going to the bucket, and he's going to the free throw line for free throws. Why is Donovan Mitchell not playing? I'm still trying to find why Donovan Mitchell's not playing. I don't know if he's hurt or what. It's not saying why he's not playing. We'll find out after the game now. I'm curious to see what happened. Makes the first free throw. Well, makes the first free throw. All right, Miles Turner subs out. And Sam makes the second free throw, 92-58.
This team on that impressive surprise run to the conference finals last year.
Haliburton passes to Siakam on the post, looking to go to work, and gets an easy layup off the spin move. Great play by Siakam, 94-58. And Mobley the ball. Darius Garland gets the ball left corner. Evan Mobley work, and he gets a dunk. Great aggressive play by Evan Mobley. We need to see more of him being aggressive throughout the rest of this game here. 10 points. Up with coming up on 5 minutes left in the third. Haliburton out the basement for the three in the corner, misses. Hunter in transition. Garland looks like he's about to shoot it. Close out by Siakam. Hunter gets fouled by
doubtful to return with a left ankle injury. If we learn more, we'll provide that and pass along.
Gets fouled by Shepard.
This was Mitchell just coming out to start the second half to get his warm-ups in, and obviously felt something in that ankle.
And that's not good. Okay, Don Mitchell looked like he is not playing because of an ankle. He was out at halftime or before the second half. He was shooting, and then ankle is bothering him. That's not a good sign for Cleveland. Darius Garland gets a pass off the cut and gets fouled. More free throws for Darius Garland. So that's not good, though. I mean, again, an ankle injury, I mean, depending on how severe it is, I wonder if that's going to affect him for Game 5. And if he misses certain time, that's not good for Cleveland. Cleveland's season might be over, especially if Don Mitchell misses time with that ankle injury. I don't see any way Cleveland wins without him because he's everything to that Cavs offense and to what they want to do in terms of success. McConnell checks into the ball game for Memard. Darius Garland, see if he can knock down the second free throw here. And he makes it. 94-62, 4:48 left in the third. Mobley on the bench, 13-2 run for the Cavs in the last 2.5.
My goodness, how different this result has been. In that game, similar, like it wasn't that OKC played this amazing game, but they matched the force.
All right, so still Pacers ball off the missed shot.
They were going to give themselves an opportunity, and that's what you want from a
Haliburton inbounds the ball to McConnell. McConnell looking for an outlet, looks for Neesmith, gets it to Neesmith, back out to McConnell. Looks like he's about to shoot the three, drives on Darius Garland, and gets the layup. 96-62. 96-62, Pacers are up. McConnell with 6 points and 5 assists. Garland drives, gets the layup. Okay, Garland's being a little bit aggressive here in the second half. 15 points, 5 assists. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though. They need more of that. Again, Obi Toppin with a missed shot and Pascal Siakam with the putback layup. Again, there's just no resistance for the Cavs defense at all. Where's the rim protection at? I thought Cleveland was supposed to have the best front court in basketball. That's what they all were saying. They're not playing like it in this game. Again, you miss a shot, whether if it's a layup or if it's a missed three, you gotta get a body on somebody. Cleveland's not getting any sort of body. They're not rebounding with any sort of efficiency at all in this game. Indiana's getting whatever they want. They're getting all kinds of second chance opportunities. And that's why Cleveland's down the way they are.
The three for me, only at Chili's. Now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food. This is how you value me.
98-64 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Pacers are up big. I don't think Cleveland has had a lead so far in this game. I think Pacers have led the entire game so far. And that's definitely correct because the way they started, Cleveland never took a lead once. So
KFC chicken and waffles. Choose the original recipe chicken.
this game's actually going by pretty fast.
It's an order.
I guess that's what happens when one team is doing pretty much everything and the team is not. No resistance whatsoever for Cleveland.
Next.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic is in your hand. Bet it, parlay it, boost it, however you want to do it.
Still a little bit of time left, but it's looking like Cleveland is going to
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
not come back here, especially
Now more than ever.
if Donovan Mitchell with an ankle injury.
Car, truck, or van. You can donate it today and help them. And they'll
Again, that's not good if you're Donovan Mitchell. Everything to that Cavs team. And if he misses time, then good luck if you're Cleveland. Let's see what we got going on here. So it's looking like so far the way the reports are saying,
In the beginning, I created heaven on earth.
But then you guys got
things somehow went from bad to worse after the Cavaliers entered halftime facing a 41-point deficit in Game 4 versus the Pacers. As Cleveland returned to the court from the halftime break, All-Star guard Donovan Mitchell was noticeably absent as he remained in the locker room. Let's see, is there anything on here? Mitchell is dealing with a left ankle injury. He is doubtful to return, so yeah, he's pretty much out for the rest of this game. As Donovan Mitchell warmed up during halftime, he appeared to evident pain to the ankle injury after returning to the locker room for treatment. He stayed there during the few minutes of the second half in Game 4. Mitchell scored 12 points on 3 of 11 shooting in the first half, and Cleveland trailed at the break 80-39. So that's not good for Cleveland. Not good at the end of the day. If he misses any sort of time, the season might be over. sorry to break it down to you Cavs fans, but there's no way in hell that you're going to win without Donovan Mitchell. All right. Darius Garland gets the ball in the paint, and he makes it. 98-66. Garland with 17 points. NBA playoff games on NBA LP.com. Cool. Obi Toppin with the shot, makes it, and it's going to the free throw line. 100-66. Still got just a little over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. McConnell, look at that. McConnell with his passes, he's one of the best passers. I'm telling you, he's one of the best passers in the league. He's not just known for his scoring. He's known for his assists and making life easy for the Pacers offense. Misses the free throw. Cavs get the board. Hunter, that was a travel. Hunter looked like he's trying to go up and trying to pass it last second, ends up getting the travel call on him. I believe that's 16 turnovers for the Cavaliers to the Pacers 6. Yes, different game. McConnell gets the rim, but it was fouled before the shot. This Pacers team is no joke, guys. McConnell at the free throw line. Knocks down the first free throw. And that's the thing about the Pacers. It's like you just watch the way they play. They don't really take a lot of bad shots. They just execute their offense. They play with their offense is fluid. Tremendous defense, tremendous size. They make life hell for opposing offenses. It's definitely frustrated Cleveland in this game. McConnell makes both free throws, 8 points, 6 assists. Darius Garland with the ball. Good defense by Nesmith. Hunter with the screen on Nesmith. Garland gets the ball into the paint, gets top and gets fouled. Garland's going to the free throw line once again. It's pretty much been the Darius show so far for Cleveland. Nobody else is really doing anything for the Cavs offense. Again, if you're Cleveland, you have to be ashamed of yourselves at the end of the day. You have to be ashamed of yourselves. The way you came out in this game, you came out flat, not ready to go. It looked like a team that was ill-prepared. Indiana, give them credit. They came out and executed the offense. Their defense is all over Cleveland, not making anything easy on Cleveland to get any sort of high percentage shots off. Again, that just tells Pacers' size has bothered the Cavaliers in this series. Darius Garland makes both free throws, 2 points, 5 assists. McConnell goes in and rolls in and out. Rebound by the Cavaliers. Darius Garland with the ball again. Can somebody else help him out? Okoro, bad pass. Still Cleveland ball, though. 102-68 coming up on 2 minutes to go in the third.
Even defensively in this last possession, they understand rotations. They know where they're supposed to be based on where the ball is on the floor. Like, they have great awareness on both sides of the ball. They just really create a lot of problems.
Cavs shoot the three. They missed it. Dean Wade gets on offense rebound. Back out to Wade for three. And off the side of the rim, misses. 8 of 27 from the three. That's not a good percentage for Cleveland's offense at the three-point line. McConnell gets at the top end, and Toppin gets fouled going up against Hunter.
Indiana is playing this will not cease. We see teams build big leads and blow them all the time. They have not taken their foot off the pedal.
And that's the one thing I love about Indiana is they're up 102-68 right now, and they're still keeping their foot on the gas, not giving Cavaliers any sort of life. try to, give them something to build upon going into the next game. So I like the way that they're playing, continue to keep their foot on the gas, executing the offense. Pacers. Obi Top makes the first free throw. And Hunter only has 5 points. I mean, look at the Cavaliers. I mean, outside of Darius Garland, really, they really haven't done anything offensively. Nobody's really stepping up. Thompson misses the free throw, and Shepherd looked like he was trying to get the offensive rebound, and it was off of Indiana Cavs ball. Hunter has the ball. Shepherd, good defense by Shepherd on Hunter. Hunter just loses the ball. Good physical defense by Shepherd, and Hunter fouls Shepherd in the process.
And what was just a remarkable regular season, potentially going up in smoke. And they have really dominated all phases.
And Hunter just lost the ball, and Shepherd gets fouled. And going back to free throw line, Hunter has 5 points and 5 fouls. It's just not the Cleveland Cavaliers night. Shepherd makes the first free throw. Evan Mobley, pretty much their whole starting unit is out right now, outside of Darius Garland. Shepherd knocks down both free throws. This is a beatdown, guys. Garland brings the ball up to 4. And Darius Garland gets a layup once again. Again, Darius Garland's really the only one doing something for the Cavaliers in the second half. 21 points, 12 for Garland. Commercial break right now.
The truth about DIY is you never really do all by yourself.
You can change your color hair.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was. I wonder if they have.
We do. So what are you working on?
My dad's in the NBA. No way. It's true. It's true. He's never got a basket or anything, but he hasn't. He has a ton of assists. Is your dad in the NBA?
Indiana's looking like a team that's about to go up 3-1, take a commanding 3-1 lead. Going back to Cleveland for Game 5.
To support the healthcare programs to keep the NBA healthy. The NBA trusts its health to Evernorth Health Services.
Again, Cleveland, with how lethargic and slow they came out to start the game, really set the tone. Pacers saw that. They saw how slow Cleveland came out. Pacers were hot, and they just kept extending the lead. And that's the one thing you need. You need teams that, like, when you have a team that that's struggling from the field, you can't stop them defensively if you're Cleveland. You can't get any sort of offense going. Indiana senses that, and their offense is flowing. They're getting stops defensively. It's just going to continue to overwhelm the Cavaliers, and pretty much they've overwhelmed them to this.
85 seconds left in the third quarter.
And I said earlier, Cleveland should be ashamed of themselves the way they came out in this game. After the way they won last game, you would think they with more desperation, sense of urgency, and they just haven't in this game. McConnell with the ball out to Toppin for an easy layup. Toppin gets the layup, almost 7:70, coming up on a minute left in the third quarter. Obi Toppin with 18 points and 4 rebounds. Walker with a nice pass down to Obi Toppin for an easy layup. Great play by Walker. Obi Toppin, a former New York Knick, who's been a tremendous acquisition for the Pacers. Definitely fits into what they want to do. First
for a number of years. There's just certain nights in this league that just don't make sense.
Misses the second free throw for Okoro. Down, O'Connell out in transition.
Has a chance to win this game.
Obi Toppin gives it out to McConnell. Down low to Obi Toppin for an easy layup. 71, under minute main quarter. Okoro for three makes it for Cleveland. 109-74. If Cleveland play like this earlier in the first half, maybe there will be a different result. It's not looking like it's not going to matter at the end of the day. All right, McConnell with the pass, bad pass. Cavs get the steal. Darius Garland gets the ball once again. He's pretty much been the only one doing something in this quarter. Garland out to Dean Wade. Dean Wade knocks it down. 109-77 with 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Look like Pacers are going to milk the rest of this clock out going into the fourth quarter. Pacers fans are on their feet. McConnell looks for Walker down low, out to Memhard. 3 seconds for him to do something. Memhard, good defense by Hunter, blocking Memhard. 109-77 at the end of the third quarter. Pacers are leading. Again, Pacers are up 2-1. They have a chance to take a commanding 3-1 lead, and it's looking like they're going to, as they're currently up 109-77 at the end of the third quarter. Again, Cavaliers are getting the belt handed to them in Game 4. There's absolutely no answers for Cleveland on both sides of the ball. Can't stop the Pacers' offense. Can't stop the Pacers on defense. Just a rough night for Cleveland. On top of Donovan Mitchell being out with the ankle injury, so it seems like Cleveland just can't get anything going their way whatsoever in this series.
One thing my prostate cancer.
Again, Don Mitchell misses time with injury with the ankle. I don't see anyone in Cleveland win the series. I really don't. Again, Don Mitchell is everything except Cavs offense. He's been for him. And it's unfortunate that he went out with the injury. But again, I just don't see it for Cleveland. He's the main reason why the Cavaliers had won 64 games in the regular season. You know, again, Don Mitchell is a guy that has been past the second round in his career. And this was the golden opportunity. This was the year for him to do it, and it's looking like it's not going to happen. So if you're a fan out there that's watching this game, I mean, what's your reaction so far in this game? Because at the end of the day, a lot of Cavs fans, a lot of NBA fans around the league thought Cleveland, this was the year to get to the finals. And it's just not looking like that right now. Pacers are playing like a team that, like I said, they want to get to the finals. I mean, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And would it shock me that they got there this year? Not really. Again, even though the Celtics swept them last year, they were in every single game. If they were just find a way to close out games, who knows? It probably would have been a different result. It probably would have been a different result at the end of the day. But who knows, man? Who knows? Our premium formulas protect and enhance every grain. Again, but if you're a Cleveland Cavs fan, like I keep saying, like, do you look at this season as a failure if you don't come out of this series? Because, like I said, this was a year you guys were supposed to get to the finals. That's what a lot of NBA fans have said. That's what a lot of Cavaliers fans think type of regular season they've had. Is this a failure year if the Cavaliers don't make it out of the second round? Again, we are back for the final quarter here. Indiana's up 109-77 going into the fourth quarter. And Indiana just playing with confidence, and they play with each other. They have chemistry. Again, chemistry matters. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. When you build with each other for a minute, it makes things easier. All right, Okoro with the layup to start the quarter, 109-79. McConnell with the ball. McConnell out to Memar, tipped by the Cavs defense, still Pacers ball. And it looked like Cleveland's waving the white flag. All the stars are pretty much on the bench.
Never a good sign when you're down by more points than you score, which is the case in that first half.
CJ McConnell with the three, or TJ McConnell with the three, misses. Cavs get the rebound. Tristan Thompson with the ball. Okay, that was a travel for sure. Yeah.
7-game series. After losing that first game at home, you were going to have to win 2 games in Indianapolis. Obviously, you would have preferred to win game 4.
18 turnovers to the Pacers 7. Memar out to TJ McConnell for 3. And TJ McConnell knocks down the 3 to extend the Pacers lead even more, 112-79, under 11 minutes left in the fourth. And Cavaliers missed an easy layup there. McConnell goes into the paint for a floater and makes it. 114-79. Pacers are up with 10.5 left in the fourth. 13 points, 7 assists for McConnell. Tristan Thompson, is that okay? Tristan Thompson was dumping it off for Jerome and gets called for an offensive foul off the screen. Again, Pacers just playing with no sense of urgency right now. Or the Cavs are playing with no sense of urgency right now.
His ability to finish that shot and make the right read on the kick out. He has done it all.
McConnell brings the ball up the floor. Back to McConnell. McConnell to Walker. Walker goes in. Looks like he's about to dunk it, but gets rejected at the rim. Cavs being aggressive, getting to the basket and gets fouled. McConnell fouls.
As TJ McConnell is hit with his third personal. It can be a challenge. This is where you find out what this group is, and this is where leadership becomes so important for the Cavs as well. The guys that run your locker room are going to have to keep this group connected. They're going to play a bigger role in this thing as the coaches will.
Jalen Tyson misses the free throw. 114-79. Pacers up with under 10 minutes left in the fourth. We'll see if Tyson can knock down the second one. Makes the second one. 114-80. McConnell brings the ball up the floor. Walker gets the pass from McConnell. Walker pulls up for 3, and he misses. Thompson with the rebound. Tyson dribbles the ball up the floor for the Cavaliers. Tyson gets to the rim, gets fouled.
He's going to get himself back to the free throw line. And that just adds to what that conversation is going to be like between Kenny Atkinson and his assistant coaches, Greg, on that flight back home to Cleveland. Not that long a distance from here to Cleveland, but it is going to feel like an eternity as they try to regroup. And
Tyson makes the first free throw. 9:30 left in the fourth, 114-81. Pacers are up.
Every time this Indiana Pacers team, how would they respond to what happened the other night? 22-point loss.
Tyson knocks down the second one. 114-82. Both stars for both teams are on the bench. Shepherd to the bucket. and gets the layup. 116-82. Come up on 9 minutes left in the fourth. Tyson up the ball. Porter Jr. gets the ball to Thompson. Thompson does his little floater and makes it. 116-84. 8.5 minutes left in the fourth. Shepard brings the ball up. Walker sets a screen on McConnell's man. McConnell throws a pass. And Thompson gets the block off the layup. Or Coro hits the three. Pacers up 116-87 with 8.5 minutes left in the fourth. Again, Okoro honestly should get more minutes, in my opinion, for the Cavaliers.
Because you took new Pepto Nausea motion sickness.
They need some type of change or some type of spark going into Game 5.
But your stomach's gonna make it to the game.
I'm kind of surprised he's not in the starting lineup. Honestly, I think he should be in the starting lineup over Max Strus, in my opinion. Max Strus has been kind of up and down in the series. He really hasn't been consistent.
Not today, Nausea.
And again, the last thing you want to be in the playoffs is inconsistent. You know, in the playoffs, you need to be playing your best basketball, especially when Donovan Mitchell, obviously, the way he's balling out. But again, with him being out with the ankle injury, you're going to need guys stepping up. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Okoro gets more minutes in Game 5 and some of their bench players gets more minutes. Especially if the Cavaliers starting five can't get anything going really outside of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. They need more production from Mobley. Jared Allen's got to just be more of a force. He didn't really do much in this game. He's been definitely disappointing so far. I mean, let's look at the box score so far in this game.
100% tough stuck on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade, the number one.
I mean, Cavaliers, Mobley 10 points, Max Strus 11 points, Jared Allen 2 points and only 2 rebounds. What the hell happened to him? Darius Garland 21 points, 6 assists. Donovan Mitchell 12 points. Now it's before he went out with the injury. Ty Jerome 7 points, Hunter 5 points, and so forth. Okoro with 9 points. So I mean, they need more production from their bench, and then obviously Mobley and Allen's got to be better. I mean, you're talking about the best front court probably in basketball. Allen, with how good he's been all season, you only have 2 fucking points. You only have 2 points and 2 rebounds. It's embarrassing. Jared Allen, he should be ashamed of himself for that. He really should. That's embarrassing. That's crazy.
For visibly improved skin in 14 days.
Like, come on, you gotta be better than that, man.
So luminous.
Neesmith has 12 points. Siakam 21 points. Miles Turner 20 points. Memar with 7. Tyrese Haliburton with 11 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. He's not really doing much in this game, but again, he doesn't really have to because the other players on the Pacers are stepping up and doing something. Obi Toppin 20 points and 5 rebounds. McConnell 13 points, 8 assists. Again, McConnell's done a good job of just dissecting this Cavaliers defense so far in this matchup. So really give him credit, really get the Pacers credit for coming out and not giving the Cavaliers any sort of hope.
From start to finish, but now as we start to look ahead to Game 5 on Tuesday, the question will be the availability of Donovan Mitchell, who was ruled out at halftime. Our cameras captured him attempting to.
And that's just unfortunate for Donovan Mitchell because, like I said, before the start of the second half, he was about to take a shot and then puts the ball down and then goes down with the ankle.
The last 4 games of the regular season with a left ankle injury. So again, the left ankle injury is what rules him doubtful.
McConnell brings the ball up the floor.
On that ankle and find out as much as we can after the game on what his status may or may not be. With
Shepard gets it back to McConnell. McConnell looks for Walker down low, gets fouled.
Automatically the biggest story over the next day plus. With Kenny Atkinson and his staff.
Again, they need Donovan Mitchell, man. You can't afford to.
Put this game behind them. They're putting all their energy and focus into what will be.
Can't afford to lose him.
On Tuesday back in Cleveland.
McConnell with the ball in the corner. Walker out to Shepherd in the corner, misses the three. Thompson with the rebound. 8 minutes left in the fourth. Pacers up 116-87. And they end up breaking the three. McConnell with the rebound. Shepherd goes in. Looks like he's about to dunk it and goes in for a layup and misses. Cavs get the board and gets fouled.
About the status of Donovan Mitchell. If their approach to Cavs doesn't change from what we saw in the first half, it's not going to matter. They have got to raise their level.
And they really need to. They got to raise their level of intensity up for in Game 5 if Cleveland wants to, extend the series even more. Makes the first free throw. McConnell checks out of the ball game, and Johnson checks into the game. The Pacers crowd is up on their feet cheering them on.
But his teammates view him as a massive contributor, despite the fact that he doesn't play all that much. Talking to TJ McConnell prior to the game, he said Johnson has a huge presence for us on and off the court. He has been an amazing leader. He said he literally talks to every single
Green makes the second free throw. Makes second free throw. 116-89, 7:30 left in the fourth. Walker dribbles, gets in the paint over Green. Good defense by Green, but Walker floats it up and misses. Green or Coro in transition. Green with the ball drives on Walker and gets rejected at the rim. Three misses the three in the right corner. Okoro with the rebound, spins around Walker. That should have been an offensive foul, right? Yeah, it's an offensive foul on Okoro. But he slapped Green as he was trying to get the loose ball to go to the rim.
You've been in this league as long as James Johnson has. Out of respect, you're not going to throw a guy into a meaningless game with a minute and a half to go. You're going to at least ask them if they have interest. But he said, hey, he has been in this league a long time. He's a leader on this team, as Jared talked about.
Johnson with the pass across the court. Walker gets a little floater from the free throw line, misses. Both benches are in for both teams. Misses the three. Porter Jr. misses the three. Pacers get the rebound. Murphy goes into the paint. And Shepherd, easy layup down low for Shepherd. 118-89 with coming up on 6 minutes left in the fourth. Porter Jr. with an easy layup. 118-91. Johnson gets the ball. Walker gets it up top. Shepherd is being aggressive against the rim and gets a layup. Shepherd's definitely taking advantage of his opportunity on the floor here. 11 points, 3 rebounds for Shepherd. And Johnson gets the steal off the pass. Gets it out to Walker. Walker pulls up for 3. Misses, front rims it. The Pacers get their own offensive rebound off the miss. Furphy gets the offensive board. Johnson looking to go to work. Pacers pull up for 3. And he banks in the 3. Shepherd just banked in the 3 for the Pacers. 123-91 with 5 minutes left in the fourth. Pacers getting everything going their way so far in this game. Ben Shepherd with 14 points. off the bench for the Pacers.
Doesn't always play a ton, but Rick Carlisle and his coaching staff really hot on this young man's potential. Great positional size, shoots it.
Got tremendous size too. I mean, he could pretty much go in the paint, draw fouls, and shoot the three. Cavs shoot the three, makes it.
It just tells you how Kevin Pritchard has built this thing organically through the draft. And Phil, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because you think of the modern NBA, player development is critical. You've got to be able to get guys.
Green with the foul on Walker. Walker goes for a pump fake, and Green fouls him. 123-94 with 4:40 left in the fourth.
Playing the way they play, it has been impressive.
What an impressive performance so far for the Indiana Pacers in this game. Cavaliers just gotta look for something to build upon. I mean, I don't know what they can build upon. I mean, Don Mitchell out with the ankle injury. They gotta find a way to play with more energy in Game 5. Walker with the easy layup. Again, no resistance for the Cavs defense. Tyson gets the ball in the paint, passes out to poor Junior Thompson, gets the ball and gets fouled by Shepard.
Tristan Thompson working. A penalty situation will put Thompson at the free throw line. I gotta tell you, sir, I'm really excited to see how this Cavs team is going to respond in Game 5.
Thompson makes the first free throw.
That's against the wall. Incredible regular season.
It's going to be tough for Cleveland because at the end of the day, it's all going to depend on if Don Mitchell plays in Game 5 or he misses Game 5. Again, with the tremendous regular season that the Cavaliers have had, they're on the verge of losing the second round once again.
These are my confidence.
So it's going to be interesting to see how Cleveland responds in Game 5. Backs against the wall type of mentality. They're going to have to come out with more energy, more desperation. And they're going to have to do a better job defending the Pacers because the Pacers have gotten whatever they wanted offensively.
How I unleash my inner rock.
A shoot for tough fives.
125-95. Pacers are up with exactly 4:24 left in the fourth quarter. Complete ass whooping so far in this game. Cleveland just gotten outplayed in every statistical category that you can imagine in this game. Can Cleveland win Game 5? They can. I'm not saying they won't win Game 5. I'm not saying they're going to lose, but it's all going to depend on Don Mitchell plays. If he's not playing, the Cleveland Cavaliers aren't winning.
12 tales of true deliveries.
So I grabbed the rings and hustled down the beach.
Who has the rings?
It's a team effort.
I do.
Cleveland, the Pacers are playing like a team. The Cavaliers are playing not like a team at all. They look hopeless.
Just another day on the job.
Ever since Don Mitchell went out with the ankle, they just had no response at all. Like, at least try to get themselves back into the game. They didn't even fight in the second half. Looked like a team that just gave up. So psychologically, what's Cleveland going to do in Game 5? How are they going to respond and try to win, try to get the series back to Indiana for Game 6? If there even is a Game 6. But if Don Mitchell doesn't play, like I said, I just don't see any way the Pacers lose that game. With tremendous size that Indiana has all across the board. Tyrese Haliburton, Miles Turner, all those guys that can knock down shots and just make life hell for you on defense with their length and athletic ability. I just find it hard to believe Cleveland's going to win without Don Mitchell. But we'll see. We'll see. They did not come out hot tonight, so they better get their act together if they want to keep their season alive in Game 5.
takes a force to build a legacy. It takes sacks to change the game. I'm Aaron Gordon, pro basketball player.
We are back here. We got about coming up on 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pacers up 125-95. 4 minutes left.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Tyrese Haliburton's mom, Brenda, in the house. Turner's mother, Mary, at her seat. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Thompson misses the free throw, but Tyson gets his own offensive rebound, and Okoro puts it in. 125-97. 4 minutes exactly left in the fourth. 11 points and 2 rebounds for Okoro. Walker out to Shepard. Shepard turns the ball over. Porter Jr. is taking the ball to the rim, and Porter misses Tyson misses the layup. I think Porter Jr. should have just gone up for the layup. He had an open lane. He just hesitated.
Looked like Bradley was tied up by Tyson. But Greg, as you said, sometimes the blowout losses are easier to come back from than those 50-50 games like Cleveland suffered in game 2 on that Haliburton buzzer beater. But now you've got the weight of a potential end to the season on Tuesday night.
Tuesday, yep. Tuesday is game 5 between the Pacers and the Cavs. So Walker drives, Johnson airballs a wide open 3, and Cavaliers ball. Look at that shot was about to go in for Johnson. He missed it. Then he hit rim on that. Thompson brings the ball up. Okoro out to Tyson. Tyson drives to the lane. An aggressive play. Misses the layup. Gets fouled.
When you get to this level, you get deep in the postseason, more than likely you're going to have to win 2 games on the road. And so if you're the Cavs, even after this debacle, nothing's changed. Can we go on, hold serve, and then do what we have to do, which is win another game here in Indy?
It's going to be tough, though. It's all going to depend on if Donovan Mitchell plays. I mean, if he misses any sort of time with the ankle, I just don't see any way Cleveland wins a game or the rest of the series.
Remember, Mitchell missed the last 2 games of their conference semifinal series to the Celtics.
And yet Cleveland's had both leads in games 1 and 2, and they haven't been able to hold on to it. So it's like, all right, turnover by the Pacers. What the hell was that? What kind of pass was that? Okay, Tyson, that was a bad pass, but they still got the ball back. Okoro back to Tyson. Tyson looking for something. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tyson misses both easy layups, gets his own offensive rebound, misses another one. Pacers get the rebound here. Johnson with the ball, shoots a jump shot, knocks it down. Again, Johnson, a guy who's 38 years old, doesn't get a lot of minutes, but he's taking advantage of his opportunity out there and is a huge part of what Pacers want to do, not just on the court, but off the court. Okoro hits another 3, 127-102 with 2:20 left in the fourth. Johnson looking for something to try and do here. Passes to Walker. Walker gets a layup in traffic, makes it 129-102 with 2 minutes exactly left in the fourth. All right, what's Tyson or Porter Jr. going to do to Thompson the paint? Porter Jr. tries to be aggressive, gets the rim, misses the leg, gets his own offensive rebound, puts it back in. 129-4, under 2 minutes left in the fourth. Johnson brings the ball up slowly. What's he trying to do here? Looking for a shot, pass to Walker. Walker pulls up a 3. and hits the back of the rim. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson in the paint, misses a bunny. Walker with the rebound.
And sir, I guarantee you, Rick Carlisle, he's going to have to work to not have his team.
Turnover by Cleveland, or by Pacers. The Curl gets a wide open dunk. 129-106.
Going to that game too comfortable and thinking, well, you know what, we can close it out at home, because you don't want to give this Cavs team any confidence.
Exactly. If you're the Pacers, you're about to be up 3-1. Your mentality is, let's close Cleveland out on their home floor. That's got to be the mindset. Get them done in 5 games, especially if Don Mitchell doesn't play. You got to take advantage of that if you're Indiana. And Cleveland, you got to come out better in Game 5. You just have to. Came out with no type of energy. You didn't want to rebound today for whatever reason. Pacers just punched them in the mouth the entire game. So you got to come out with a puncher's mentality of, okay, we got to keep our season alive somewhat and get the series back to Indiana for Game 6. All right, Tyson gets the ball in the paint, looks for Curl. Spin move on Curl back to Tyson. Tyson shoots a 3 and switches it. 129-109 with 30 seconds left in the fourth. Pacers are going to take this game 4 and take a commanding 3-1 lead, going back to Cleveland for Game 5. Pacers fans are on their feet. Great game by Indiana, coming out aggressively. But the biggest story in this game have been turnovers. 18 turnovers by Cleveland. It's just not going to get it done. Turn the ball over that many times, it's not going to win you no games in this league. Teams up 3-1 go on to win the series 95% of the time. 95% of the time. 280-13. Final, Pacers win 129-109 to take a commanding 3-1 lead. Could this be it for Cleveland? Their season's on the line. Their backs are against the wall, down 3-1 as the number 1 seed against the Pacers. Can Indiana close it out in Cleveland? Or can Cleveland go in back home and get a big-time win to force a Game 6? We shall find out here in a couple of days. Like I said before, Indiana played like a team that's down 2-1, and they just kept their foot on the gas. That's the one thing I liked about them in this game is when they were up big, they kept their foot on the gas. They didn't relax and chill. So give the Pacers credit when they put the Cavs away when they had the opportunity to. And if you're Cleveland, what's the stats on Donovan Mitchell? Again, he's out with the ankle injury. Again, Cleveland wins if he plays. If he doesn't play, I don't see any way Cleveland wins another game in this series. Don Mitchell's a huge part of why Cleveland is where they are, winning 64 games in the regular season and stuff like that. So if he misses any sort of time, Cleveland might be done for the year.
I'll tell you, we got ripped.
So,
that's what it's about. At this point in the year, you work so hard to get here. You work so hard.
Pacers are no joke, guys. I mean, again, this is the team that got to the Eastern Conference Finals last season, and they're playing like a team that wants to get back there. So, but we'll see if Indiana can close the Cavs out in 5 games on their home floor. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be a phenomenal game. I think Cleveland should play better. It's all going to depend on how they come out and play. If they come out like a days ago, then they're going to lose. If they come out and show some fight, then they have a chance to win. So, but again, Indiana takes a commanding 3-1 lead going back to Cleveland. Thank you guys again for tuning into the live stream. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure you leave a like if you're new. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. Thank you for all you guys do. And I will see you guys for the next live stream. I don't know which game I'm going to do yet. I might do Celtics Knicks tomorrow. Or I might do Cleveland, Indiana again for Game 5. We'll find out, but I'm going to get that figured out this live stream. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Keaton Talks Sports signing out for the night. Have a good one, everyone.
Exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, that was a game only a mother could.
The Patriots led by as many as 44.